Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Your bank account may have more money in it this week. We tell you why. Also tonight, MVA is reinstating the CNMI back into Japan. And repairs are coming to the CNMI airports and seaports with approval from CPA. In sports, Sundays at COWTOWN just got overcrowded. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
For all those going out each day, doing what they can to hold us all together, we're here to help those helping us all by keeping our lights on.
Hafa Day Tirawami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. Check your bank accounts, at least those of you who signed up for direct deposit when it comes to the second round of stimulus checks. Close to 8,000 taxpayers have been given their second stimulus check through direct deposit.
We began batching since last Friday. And so the first batch went out to about 5,375 taxpayers, and that was around 5.7 million. And then we uploaded subsequent batches, so we are right now on our fourth batch.
Narita says new batches of direct deposits are sent out every day by the Department of Finance. Paper checks will be mailed out beginning this Friday.
So if you have not signed up for direct deposit, you will be defaulted to a paper check, and that's why I'm assuming or estimating around 24 to 25,000 checks.
The CNMI has received $43.1 million for the second round of stimulus checks, but the 2019 taxes must be filed by a taxpayer to avail of the relief fund.
We have 60 days to process EIP2 advances based on the 2019 return. So that gives us until March 21st. So if a person would like to receive their payment as soon as possible, they must file a 2019 return, even with no income. As long as they meet all the requirements and they are eligible for the payment, we will issue the payment. If they do not file a 2019 return, they can claim their credit, their credit on the 2020 return.
Narita says there has been a few errors on the second and third batches of direct deposit.
And that's primarily due to account errors that were submitted to the portal. And so our Treasury division is working that out with the bank. And so we expect the second and third batch to be processed by tomorrow.
If a taxpayer feels he or she is entitled to more stimulus money, Narita says to contact the Department of Finance, Revenue and Taxation, where they will find if there was an issue and make the correction. The Marianas Visitors Authority will be reopening their office in Japan beginning next month. The MVA office in Japan has been suspended since October 1st of 2020, but the board feels it's time to bring the presence of the CNMI back into the country February 1st.
So since the suspension, we've actually have not had any exposure in Japan, and which is why it is very critical that we reinstate our Japan office, because it's that saying, which is very, very important and very true as well, is that out of sight, out of mind. And so we definitely want to have the Japan market remember us, that we're still here, especially more than ever, right? The CNMI is one of the safest places, and so we wanted to continue to share that with them, that once they are ready to travel, that we welcome them.
Operating the MVA office in Japan can cost over $50,000 a month, but new negotiations have brought the price down tremendously, with no marketing events taking place anytime soon.
With the cost for this fiscal year, we actually had renegotiated with our MVA Japan office. And at this time, due to MVA's shortfall budget, because of that, and we wanted to reinstate it because of how we are preparing as far as the travel bubble in Japan, we actually negotiated to $6,000 a month. Whereas usually it really depends on what marketing programs that we usually have. They usually range between $50,000 and above each month.
A travel bubble with Japan is in the works, but Jacopo says the target date for that will be June or July of this year.
We are in discussion. It is fairly new in its infancy stage. We wanted to have the travel bubble with Korea roll out first, just so that we can identify, and tighten any of the gaps that may have been in place. And so the goal right now is to start the communications and start networking with our tourism partners in Japan, do marketing programs and campaigns as well. So that way, when we approach the travel bubble with Japan, we are looking at sometime in the summer of this year.
Jacopo says as for the travel bubble with Korea, she is still waiting on a response from the Korean government once the details are worked out with the air carrier. The Commonwealth Ports Authority held their monthly board committee meetings Tuesday, where the Financial Affairs Committee approved the supplemental budget for various projects. The Commonwealth Ports Authority has approved the supplemental budget requests for repairs that go all the way back to Super Typhoon U2.
We just went through approving maybe about 10 supplemental budget requests. Most of those are drawing down on insurance proceeds. So basically all the improvements are related to Typhoon U2 repairs. And so we're just starting to, ramp up and getting those projects out and getting them repaired.
Hines says the CPA board just received notice that the insurance company will be providing an additional $11 million to cover the cost of the repairs, which include the South Seaplane ramp paving and drainage project, Port of Saipan diesel firefighting pump, Saipan Airport ARFF roll-up doors, Saipan Airport hazmat bunker and sewer connection, Saipan Airport loading bridges, and SIA ARFF training facility professional services. She says 2 of the projects approved under the supplemental budget are funded by the divert lease proceeds: the Tinian Airport parking lot expansion and the Tinian Marina improvements.
We're expanding the parking lot because right now the Tinian parking lot is just overflowing. People are parking on the grass, and the design that that's the supplemental funding request is for the A&E for the construction of the expansion of the parking lot. And that draws down on the airport portion of the divert lease. The Tinian Marina improvement project, which I'm super excited about, draws down on the seaport portion of the lease proceeds, and that basically is a project that will pave the Tinian Marina and, construct bathroom facilities because there is none down there currently, and just basically tidy that whole area up, making it, community friendly.
The supplemental funding for both projects is for the design and construction. The marina costing a little over $1 million and the parking lot expansion around $115,000. The Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation will be sticking to the same COVID-19 vaccine when administering the second dose. CHCC states there are other jurisdictions that are mixing the Pfizer vaccine with the Moderna because the supply is low, but the manufacturers and FDA have advised not to do so. When the same vaccine is administered in the first and second dose, both have shown to be 95% effective. Pfizer is 21 days between the first and second dose, and Moderna is 28 days. CHCC states officials will continue to follow the recommended dose schedule. Back in 2020, the Northern Marianas Housing Corporation received the largest federal grant in a single allocation in CNMI history. Our Sally Lemus speaks with housing officials for an update.
CNMI leaders quoted a significant day in history when the Northern Marianas Housing Corporation learned that their Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Action Plan was approved. This grant, worth of $244 million, is already being used for NMHC's Rental Assistance Program and the Homeowner Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Program, as well as the Home Buyer Program. Fred Kamatu, who is their compliance manager, states all projects that is funded by the CDBG-DR grant must be tied to disaster and housing. Some pieces of the money will be going to infrastructure projects.
The infrastructure projects, we're able to get away with those because they have a strong tie back to the community. Obviously, you can't have a good housing program without infrastructure, water, power, electricity. So there are a number of projects that are key to the community that we're trying to see if we can help fund. Some that were either stuck because of lack of matching funds, for previous allocations, and some that have just been pending without any funding sources at all.
It is a long process to get the project started, as potential recipients has to meet HUD requirements.
We're still vetting the projects as we go. There are some key aspects like environmental assessments and things like that that have to be done that will fully enable us to be able to fund the project. So when we get to those points where those have been executed and it looks like it's 100% go, then we're going to go ahead and kind of roll out what those are. We have, however, been in close discussions with the potential recipients, the agencies themselves, to begin coordination efforts and understand that if and when the funds come through and become available, we're obviously working hand in hand to execute the projects that they have on their schedules.
According to Camacho, they were able to get a waiver to use funds for tourism. Tourism does not tie back to housing, but it is a large part of the economy in the GDP.
We were granted for the waiver, and under that waiver we were given basically two portions, which is funding to do marketing and promotions for the CNMI, and the second one is to put money aside for workforce development.
One of the biggest benefits of this grant is that the CNMI is allowed to use the money for local match. Planning and Program Support Manager Kimo Rosario.
We're using CDBG-DR funds to cover all the local match required by FEMA. Normally, governments will use their local funds to cover that 10% local match requirement. So in total, it's like $25 million.
Right.
$25 million that the government doesn't have because the economy has tanked. So we're going to be using DR to cover that close to $25 million local match requirement.
NMHC has 6 years to spend all the money and says with the help and support from the administration, they are confident to get the projects rolling out soon. For more information on the housing programs, you may call 233-9447 or visit their main office in Garapan. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Coming up, nonprofit organizations receive a big chunk of change to continue their work within the islands. We bring you the story after the break.
Winigi PHI Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Ihinim Lomo.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere ayor sumaye ukalweres ren, kutsu wayor sa feye emal ebalisiu klalyam weres.
Inumin ng inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong pharmaceutical.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Buenos dias, Kiko. Kaigizu ginigi entrada ni Pacific Docomo. Bangof adjudante isti idocomo staff gwini. Zambangof maudik exhibition niya. Undang kulo na si Jus maasi. Niu na judadzijo after manu para be download sa babina sepi isti ski lino app. Esta ana librano ju isti za parafa di babi fifila ni para be panapasi sa pat babi take off ni si doctor. Docomo Pacific in Guayzaha, Pago, za ni mamayla na tempo. Si Jus maasi.
Welcome back to the midweek edition of Channel 2 News. 5 nonprofit organizations have received a generous donation. Sally Lemus has the details.
The Guam Business Magazine Executive of the Year, New Hope Initiative made donations to 5 nonprofit organizations on Saipan and Guam. Publisher of Guam Business Magazine Maureen Martita states they understand how hard times are for these organizations and hopes these donations will help them in the work they do for the islands. The check presentation was held at the Aqua Resort Club on Tuesday, with 3 of the Saipan recipients receiving $4,100 each. Pastor Wayne from the Salvation Army Saipan Course says the money couldn't have come at a better time.
We provide 300 meals each week to anyone who needs the assistance. We are helping also, in addition to the general public, we also help we have some stranded workers here. And this donation could not have come at a better time, because we're almost out of food. So we're very grateful to receive this donation.
The other 2 recipients are the American Red Cross Northern Marianas Chapter and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. John Hirsch from the American Red Cross says COVID has been keeping them busy.
We've been very busy as well, during COVID, providing training not only to our volunteers, but to businesses, to schools. We've been doing outreach at the library, teaching our children about COVID safety, providing hand sanitizers to our first responders, and just trying to help the community in general be better prepared during this really difficult time for our community. So we're incredibly appreciative of this financial support.
Usually, a gala is held by the Guam Business Magazine to raise funds for the deserving nonprofit organizations. This year, that wasn't possible. So they decided to reach out to several prominent companies in the CNMI for donations to make this project successful. I'm Sally Limis for KSPN News.
Thank you, Sally. On Guam, village mayors are coming together to bring more opportunity to the communities. KUAM has more.
On today's CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. Local craftsmen and women, here's some news to look forward to. President of the Mayor's Council of Guam, Jesse Alex, says village mayors will be setting up a project aimed at helping the little guys make a big impact on their communities.
As we all search for ways to bring our island out of the mess created by the coronavirus pandemic, village mayors have been at work on a project they say will bring jobs, opportunities, and an overall sense of community in each village. President of the Mayor's Council of Guam, Jesse Alec.
The GUMA project that we're working on, it's Guam Unique Merchandise and Arts. And so that nonprofit is actually helping us, and I'm really excited about it.
Alex says the intent of the project is to develop community commerce, leaving out the dedicated facilities and bringing merchandise and the arts back home. And most mayors seem to be on board.
I'm excited about it. We had majority of the mayors attend our organizational meeting, if you would consider that, last week. And most are on board with creating this sort of cottage business within the communities. And so, that will not only provide jobs for our people, but it'll, definitely bring out all the homemade bakers, the home farmer, the craftsmen that we have out there.
With many in the community out of work or placed on reduced hours, this could be a new opportunity, according to Alec.
We know that there's a lot of unemployment now and those that are underemployed, but they all have skills and crafts, and we want to hopefully, get them out to either begin a process of business or actually, enhance their current business or their current trade so that they're profitable, and in turn the communities will be profitable, and we'll all, it'll work out for everyone.
Alex says village mayors will be meeting in the next few weeks to hammer out the details and strategize the best way they can roll this project out.
Stay informed 24/7 with KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.
Thank you. All right, coming up, a real doggone good race. We're not at the finish line yet, so stay in your lane for KSPN2 Sports next.
Meal replacement smoothie is a great way to keep your fitness goals on track during the holiday season, and they taste great, fast, and easy. The December smoothie of the month is Minty Java Choco Chip, and it's just $5. Check out the Shake Cafe, Gold's Gym, Garapan. Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Mariana's Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Mariana's Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Gold's Gym, and today we're going to be going over the leg press. Now I have here with me is Vince, and he's going to show you how to execute it properly in two different ways. A common mistake that you'll often see is leaving your hands free, either up here or on your lap. I strongly recommend you holding onto the sled and create that tension in the upper body, which then allows you to create more range of motion. So with his current foot placement, he was feeling it on his legs, his quads. Now with a simple adjustment by placing his foot a little higher on the platform and his toes pointed out slightly, he's going to transfer that tension, which was previously on his legs, onto his hamstrings and glutes. Again, he's going to grab onto the sled, creating that bracing effect up here.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Bueno, sports fans, I do believe there are more dirt bikes here on Saipan than you would guess. I mean, I had no idea. Who knew? There are no cows in COWTOWN, and it's not even a town. What it is a place to spin your umbrella on a sunny Sunday while waiting for your weekend grill master to deliver an island-style barbecue. These family gatherings dramatically increased last Sunday for the first official points races held by the Marianas Racing Association. Would you believe the season's just starting and already parking is an issue? Parking an issue in Marpy, who knew? And who knew that there were this many dirt bikes on Saipan? All sizes, all models, all colors. Families have rallied around their riders, serving as pit crews and support staff under pop-up canopies. Hey! Nice day, huh? All right. You cheer, you like race better when more people are watching? When the camera's on. Yeah. Good. There are 2 sets of races, one in the morning and another one in the afternoon. Points accumulated throughout the season. Waves crash nearby. Let's hope riders don't crash, but well, it's part of the sport. The MRA uses standard protocol procedures for motocross. That includes a 30-second warning card, which is easily transformed into the 15-second warning card. Let's take a look at the Minis 2 race. MJ Camacho on number 12 jumping to the early advantage. After the first jump, Ethan Hummel, and he was in second, and Mari Alvarez in third. 6 laps to catch MJ, and no one could do that in this heat. A caution flag comes out when Maribel Igatol's bike died out. Oops, nothing to see here. Move along. Meanwhile, MJ was lapping the end of the field. He's the class of this class. Veterans turn, the Advil class. Kuki Alvarez. Oh, that's a horrible start. The other drivers say, eat my dust. Melvin the Whip Cepeda takes the early advantage, but halfway through, Kuki catches up and the race was on. Melvin taking the inside to hold off Alvarez's aggressive outside maneuver. Hey, how are you doing? Last lap, last jump, last turn. Cepeda goes wide. Alvarez inside, a photo finish. Who won? Who won?
Man, it was a photo finish. I don't know. We got to go back to the instant replay for that one, Bob.
Yeah, let me go ask Melvin, see what he said.
Yeah, good race though. Had a bad start, then I caught up, and I don't think I got around him though. We'll see.
Melvin, who won?
If I'm not the one, so Cookie or Tayo.
Yeah. Very, very close.
Very close race. Yeah.
Turns out, Cepeda won the seat by 1/100th of a second. What do you think of these veteran riders?
Oh, they're awesome.
What makes them so awesome?
Because with their age, it don't stop them from riding. They just love it.
True weekend warriors.
Very much so.
Lots of races, lots of winners. Who won the kids race?
Mini one?
The mini one.
Me.
Me? Both of you?
No, mini one? Yeah. No, Pee-wee's one. Pee-wee's one? I won Pee-wee's one. She got second place in Pee-wee's. So no, mini.
What'd you win?
I won at Pee-wee's too.
All right, way to go. What do you think of this old race here, these old guys? You want to be like them?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Mariana's Trekking, 323-8735. One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159 for 3 months. Call 233-4000.
Today's high only 86, the low 75, humidity 59%, rather low, relatively speaking. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, high 86, low 76, seas are 6 to 8 feet out there. Sunrise 6:46, followed by high tide at 8:38, low tide at 1:57, and then sunset at 6:13. Keep getting later. And that is your news, sports, and weather on a beautiful, gorgeous day here in the CNMI. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you back here on Friday night.